How's it going? This is the Growing Up Italian podcast, and today we have a special guest, Joe Gannascoli. How you doing, Joe?
What's going on, my brother?
I just want to say I've been seeing what you're doing. I'm a huge fan of your work, and it's amazing to see a wise guy turn nice guy, as your quote is, and you're giving back to your community in a big way.
Thank you, thank you. As a former chef, I was looking for a way to help restaurants and then the frontline people. Essentials, motherfucker. Sorry,
That's all right. You're good.
you don't mind if I curse?
No, you're good. Absolutely. I mean, it's just a natural reaction. But what you're doing is
So that's what I've
amazing
been doing.
because you're helping the front lines by feeding them in a time where it's kind of hard to get food, but you're also helping the restaurant industry that they're not making as much money as they used to because you don't have that in dining, and you're helping people pay their bills like that.
Yeah, I pumped around 30,000. I've raised almost 31, almost close to 32,000.
I saw today it's 32.
7 weeks.
That's incredible.
So I pumped it into the restaurants in my neighborhood, some not in my neighborhood, to get the hospitals, nursing homes, post office, fire department, police department, sanitation. I don't know why this fucking thing is always falling now.
You live in Long Island, right?
Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn.
What part of Brooklyn?
I was born in Gravesend. I lived in Bay Ridge.
Okay. And then you made your way out east.
Yeah, my wife's from Lynbrook.
I saw that you donated masks to Fresh Pond, the cemetery, I think, right over there.
A guy from the cemetery, his brother-in-law works at a crematorium, and he's had to.
Donating to them, and
and then I gave it to the fire departments, the restaurants where I've been buying food from, hospitals, so on and so forth.
What's the easiest way for somebody to find your GoFundMe?
Just put my name in GoFundMe, Joe Gannascoli, in the search, or go to my Twitter page, my Facebook. You'll see the link somewhere if you scroll through. I do videos and pictures of all my deliveries.
Yeah, that's what I know.
Eventually they'll find the link.
You've been getting a lot of positive press about this. I saw a bunch of news outlets picked it up. So when I saw it, I was like, I can't believe it's so nice to see, you give back in such a big way. So before I saw this, I actually saw that you do in-home dining, cooking for people. So I want to talk a little bit what an experience like that would be like. I saw you.
Yeah, so I was going in, I had restaurants. I lived in New Orleans for a couple of years, worked in LA, I worked in Boston, I worked in Manhattan, I had restaurants in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
So I got out of the business, became an actor, but I miss cooking. So for a while I was going in restaurants and doing the, excuse me, cooking in out of the Parmesan wheel, making carbonara.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then someone says
the hot pasta in the wheel and
right, the bacon, onion, or pancetta, or guanciale, when I can get it. So people asked me to do it in their home, and instead what I started doing was, instead of that carbonara, because I'm not going to bring the wheel there, I started doing a big antipasto, and then I would do a linguine and clam sauce, and then chicken scalp.
Nice. Okay.
And I'm there all day, and it was going really well. I did about 20 of them. I had another 15 lined up, and then they all started canceling or delaying them until we get over it. So, and I tell stories, I answer questions, I take pictures. And it's a great,
it's a whole Sopranos experience.
Yeah, it's usually for a husband, a father, brother, whoever's the big soprano, for all the people that come as soprano fans. So it's a lot of fun. I spent about 10 hours there.
Oh wow, that's worth the money.
They get their money's worth. Yeah.
Even anything more than 8 hours is 2 hours overtime. So definitely with that.
Sometimes it's over that because the party doesn't end,
Yeah, you know,
Time they get the dessert and coffee. I mean, it's long.
I mean, it's going to be perfect for summertime, I think, you know, now that things are opening up a little bit.
I
Hopefully.
hope. I hope. I mean, my first one I think is August 8th. I mean, one of the delayed ones. I had one lined up in the Hamptons. That was going to be a huge one. I had a couple others, and I got to get them back on track.
So you'll do this anywhere though, right? As long as you know.
Tri-state. I mean, I don't know about Manhattan because that's iffy, but but usually where I could pull up, I do the shopping. I get an assistant
That's
that
good.
helps me, but I do all the cooking, and yeah. So
That's great. That's great to know. And I'm sure like people always have Sopranos questions for you. So, you know, you could get them all in one shot. Hear some of your great stories. Your character was very unique, you know, because it's the only kind of like of character we saw in that whole show. But I really was a fan of your work, and I
thank
appreciate
you.
you for what you're doing. Best of luck.
Now, where's your deli?
My deli's in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Ah,
Anthony and Son Panini Shop.
how long's it been there?
26 years.
Wow,
My dad started it. And
very
then
nice.
I got involved when I was like 17, 18.
What do you make in the house? You make what?
We're known for like our marinara and vodka sauce. So our most special, like
Wait, I'm sorry, I lost you. Let me get you on. There we go.
our most popular sandwich is chicken colored vodka sauce, fresh mozzarella on a garlic hero.
Wow.
You gotta come by sometime.
Yeah, chicken. What do you say? Chicken cutlet?
Chicken colored vodka sauce, fresh mozzarella on a garlic hero. We make fresh mozzarella
You
too.
make your own fruits, your own mozzarella?
Yeah, we make our own mozzarella. We get prosciutto di Parma, like, you know, imported stuff. When we're done, I'll send you it. You can come by whenever you want. And if you want, maybe we could set up you doing like when we do a donation together. Because I made these T-shirts, not these particular ones, but I made T-shirts, and I sold 150 of them. And all the money I used, I'd like sent food to LIJ, um, Queens Presbyterian, and I have like 2 more deliveries set up. So I would love to do something with you if that's something that you're interested in.
I usually, I hear what you're saying. I usually like do it alone because I order the food, I pick it up, I deliver it. Just makes it a lot less confusing
Yeah, easy.
and easier. Like I'm in, I'm out. I got a system now. I've done about 100 of them
Oh
between the
wow.
pickups and then the deliveries. I mean, I've been almost everywhere. And as we're talking, someone just texted me about someone's father just went into the hospital. So I don't know. I couldn't read the message, but I already did her niece's hospital in Glen Clove. You live in Brooklyn?
I live in Howard Beach now, but I
Ah,
only moved here a year ago.
how would be? You know who had a great deli there and they closed and I was so upset? Sapienza's?
Yeah, that pastrami's good, right?
Oh, it was just like Katz's. I got to be honest with you. It's hard to find. It was tender and it was hand cut. And
Yeah, it's good.
it's a shame because he moved and I just discovered it so late
Mhm.
and unbelievable.
I moved here like a year and change ago, and I was going there like the first 3, 4 months I was here, and then they closed, and I was heartbroken. I was like,
You
how can
should
they?
really pick up the slack because you can get that pastrami and steam it the way they do and hand cut it. You'd have a monster on your hands. Now it's expensive, but people are willing to pay for that.
They had good brisket too.
Yeah, I'm not a brisket guy. I don't like anything well done.
Where do you like besides Cats? Is there any other place you go for pastrami around here?
It's the only place. I tried a few places in Long Island. Once I see it come out on the hand slicer, I don't. I mean
Yeah, it needs to
the
be done.
slicer machine. I don't like it.
The problem with
And
pastrami is it's a big job. Like you got to cook it a long time.
you got to steam it a long time.
That
you
makes a
start at
difference.
the yeah, it's the whole thing, and it's expensive. People are willing to pay it. And I went to one kosher place in Lido Beach. They didn't have Swiss cheese. It was the real kosher. I was like, I can't eat the pastrami without Swiss.
Yeah.
Not that I want a Reuben, but I want it with Swiss.
What would be like your perfect sandwich? Like if you had to have a sandwich on a menu.
Well, I've made a few of them. People have asked me, make me a sandwich. I did a place upstate. I did a signing for.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, and then I did one. Well, I didn't do it, but it was in Georgia. Guy, Rocky's Deli. I think he was from New York. So it was a chicken cutlet with Swiss,
Mhm.
ham, lettuce, tomato, mayo, and the hot stuffed peppers with the breadcrumbs,
Oh,
which
nice.
I love.
That
And
sounds
I
like
like the red ones
the
because
cream
the
cheese.
green ones are thicker skinned. So, so I slice a few of those. My mouth's watering thinking about it.
Yeah, mine's
And
get me hungry.
and that's a great sandwich. I love it.
Did you ever have the one stuffed with cream cheese? The red ones?
I never did. I mean, it's almost like a papa, but I could see that.
Yeah, they're good. It's like a sweet cream cheese though. It's not like Philadelphia. It's good.
Yeah, I could
Next time
see
you're
it.
around Brooklyn,
Now
I'll
that you
give you
said
some.
that, if you put it with cream cheese and a spicy red pepper jelly, that would be a good, nice little dish.
Man, we like to eat. We're two guys that like to eat. Listen, Joe, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day.
We'll
Let's
keep
stay in
in
touch.
touch, bro. Maybe I'll, somewhere down the road, I'll do a signing.
Yeah, whatever.
But Williamsburg is kind of funky. You know what I mean? It's all yuppies.
Yeah, I mean,
Not like it used to be.
there's still that little like area where I'm from. It's kind of by the Giglio, like the Giglio feast.
Oh yeah.
There still is a little bit. Like that's why I had to move out of there though, like because it's too much, to live there and sleep there, and work there. It's way too much. So I had to separate a little bit. Howard Beach is definitely a lot of Italians,
Well, of course.
but there still is that little bit of like all those social clubs.
Right. Do that sandwich. Name it the Vito.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
It's
You
a
gotta try it out
chicken
first.
cutlet, ham, Swiss, lettuce, tomato, mayo, but the hot stuffed peppers with the breadcrumbs are the key.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make that. I'm gonna try it first. I'll
Yeah.
let you know how it comes out.
Yeah. Well, what's not to like? It's all good. It's like a hero cordon bleu.
Exactly. I have a cordon bleu. It's chicken cutlet, Swiss ham, tomato mayo. I don't put lettuce, but you could add
On the
lettuce.
sandwich?
Yeah, on a ciabatta, and then I press
Uh-huh.
it.
Then we got to change it. So we'll go to prosciutto and provolone. Slicing provolone.
Can't go wrong with that. But we still got to put
That's
the
it.
spicy breadcrumb.
Oh,
Pepper.
yeah. You got to do it the same way. But now that you got prosciutto, I wouldn't want to hit it with mayo. I
No,
might have
no.
to go like a thin layer of mustard.
Or a little glaze, a little balsamic glaze.
Yeah, not big on the glaze.
You don't like that?
Who's making the fucking sandwich? Me or you?
You're the boss. You're the boss. We'll be in touch, all right? Stay safe.
All right, pal. I appreciate it. Thank you, brother.
Take care.
Be safe.
You too.
All right, man.